Power dynamics are at the heart of all human interactions, including romantic relationships. This makes the understanding and cultivation of power essential for achieving success in these interactions. In this video, we will explore the signs that indicate a man holds power in a romantic interaction and how he can leverage this power to achieve his desired outcomes. And to further enhance understanding, we'll also examine how power functions in business settings. Additionally, I will reference a conversation between Dr. Orion Taraban, a psychologist, and businessman Rich Cooper, which delves into the principles of power and how they apply to both romantic and professional contexts. By exploring these parallels, we can gain deeper insights into how power can be recognized, cultivated, and leveraged in different areas of life. Before we proceed with an in-depth exploration of today's topic, I would like to inform you that the commentary presented on this channel serves as an introduction to my second channel, where I exclusively offer this type of content. Should you find this video to your liking, I encourage you to subscribe to the second channel by following the link in the description or by clicking the card displayed on your screen. With that important note addressed, let us now turn our attention to the discussion on power. Before we explore the dynamics of power and how one can recognize them, it is important to first understand what power truly means in any interaction. Power, at its core, is the ability to offer something that others want or need. When you possess what others desire, you hold a position of influence, which allows you to leverage what you have in order to get what you want. The more valuable or rare what you offer is, the more power you have. Additionally, the most powerful person in any interaction is often the one who is harder to replace. For example, in a business setting, a boss holds more power than their subordinate because they control the salary they need, and replacing an employer is typically more difficult than replacing an employee. In a romantic context, power is synonymous with desirability or attraction. The more you embody the traits or qualities that the opposite sex desires, the more power you hold. The partner who is most desirable typically holds the most power in the relationship, and there are clear signs that reveal this dynamic. One of the most telling signs that someone holds power in a relationship is when they exert the least amount of effort. Dr. Orion Taraban, a psychologist and relationship expert, explains this concept using the idea that the partner with the most power moves less. He likens this to the dynamic of a king's court. Taraban notes that the king remains seated on his throne, while others come to him, demonstrating their respect and acknowledging his power by the effort they expend to reach him.
In general, the more powerful player is the one who moves less. So this is one of the easiest ones to see in a given relationship. Think about a king's court. A king sits on his throne, the whole court revolves around him. If you want an audience with the king, you come to the king. And the further you travel, the more respect you're paying to that person. The king doesn't go to you, and he certainly doesn't meet halfway.
In a romantic context, the partner who moves less is the one who exerts less effort in maintaining the relationship. This can be observed through behaviors such as initiating contact less frequently, taking longer to respond to messages, using fewer words in communication, and traveling less to meet the other person. Just as a boss might take their time responding to an employee's emails, the partner with more power often sets the tone and pace of communication in the relationship. If you find that your partner is the one consistently reaching out, traveling to see you, or making efforts to maintain the connection, it's a sign that you hold more power in the interaction. Taraban's concept of moving less aligns seamlessly with Rich Cooper's idea of genuine burning desire. Cooper emphasizes that when a woman is deeply attracted to a man, she will go out of her way to be with him, whether by traveling long distances, initiating contact, or even canceling her own plans. Both theories suggest that the partner exerting less effort holds more power in the dynamic, and that high attraction, or rather power, is shown through a woman's willingness to pursue. Understanding power dynamics is vital for everyone, but it's especially crucial for men. This is because men, in most scenarios, are expected to take the lead in interactions, whether romantic or professional. Additionally, men are also expected to provide value up front. A man who understands the subtleties of power dynamics can better assess if he has gained power in an interaction, allowing him to decide how to move forward. This ability to read power and attraction can help him navigate relationships more efficiently, thus saving time and resources. In a romantic context, the ability to recognize whether a woman is attracted to him, or not, can determine the success of the interaction. For example, if a woman makes an effort to initiate conversations or goes out of her way to meet him, this signals that she's strongly attracted to him. This understanding of power gives the man the confidence to take the lead in the interaction with charm and charisma, further amplifying her attraction. As her attraction grows, it becomes easier for him to escalate the relationship into something more intimate. On the flip side, if a woman is attracted to a man but he fails to notice or respond, the opportunity for a meaningful relationship can be lost. Women, especially in traditional dynamics, tend not to take the lead in romantic interactions, so the onus often falls on the man to recognize the attraction and act accordingly. Orion Taraban describes a successful romantic encounter as one where both parties leave satisfied. The woman receives the emotional connection she craves, while the man enjoys the sexual opportunity he desires.
What I generally say is that a date is connection plus sexual opportunity.
Right.
You need both, and that's why it's God's perfect creation, because when everything goes well, both the man and the woman get what they want. The woman gets her connection, she gets attended to, she gets her emotional stimulation, she gets her attention, she gets the dinner and the affection, and if everything goes right, the man gets
sexual
his
opportunity.
sexual experience,
Yeah.
which is pretty self-explanatory.
He emphasizes that it's typically the man's responsibility to guide the relationship towards intimacy. A man's ability to create an environment where a woman feels connected depends heavily on his understanding of power and attraction. In professional settings, understanding power dynamics can be just as crucial. Here, power lies in one's skills and how rare or valuable they are in the market. The more unique and essential a skill set is, the harder it is to replace, and this gives the individual more leverage. A man who knows his worth, or rather, power, can negotiate better pay, benefits, or treatment. However, the more common and easily replaceable his skills are, the less power he has, which limits his ability to negotiate favorable terms. This makes understanding one's value in both romantic and business settings key to leveraging power effectively. To effectively leverage power, you first need to accumulate it. In a romantic context, this can mean focusing on key areas such as getting in shape, achieving financial stability, developing charisma, and mastering the art of seduction. Once you have built up these attributes, you'll be in a stronger position to approach women and secure dates. When a date is successfully arranged and the woman shows up as planned, it indicates that you're already in a position of power. To further gauge your level of power, i.e. the woman's level of attraction towards you, consider arranging dates at a location near your place. And if the woman is willing to travel a long distance to see you, it's a clear sign of her high interest. This dynamic can also make it easy to facilitate the progression of the date into a sexual experience if that's your goal. In a discussion with Red Pill influencer Rich Cooper, Orion Taraban highlights a similar approach. He explains that men often need to guide the encounter toward a sexual relationship, and scheduling dates around a man's place is useful because it allows for a smoother transition.
In general, men have to move the encounter in the direction of a sexual relationship. And that's why it's generally useful to schedule the logistics of dates around a man's place.
Mhm.
Because if you're halfway, well, where do you go? Are you going to rent a hotel? Are you going to get on a subway and go to their house? Well, you can't really invite yourself into their space anyway. And so it's useful to have the space that you can invite the woman back to, so that when the date is going well, it's actually fairly effortless to guide the interaction in that direction.
While a date offers a chance to enhance attraction and potentially escalate to a sexual encounter, it's also an opportunity to leverage and consolidate your power. In the business world, leveraging power involves acquiring skills that are rare, useful, and in high demand. By doing so, you can position yourself to negotiate better salaries, benefits, and roles. Even if your boss or clients don't physically come to you, they might seek you out through headhunting. Well, we've reached the end of the video, but before I sign off, I've got two things to share. First, while scripting for this video, I realized that reworking it with a blend of Robert Greene's and Orion Taraban's principles of power could make an even better video. Plus, these ideas go way beyond just romance and business, so I'm thinking of diving into this topic again soon. Second, if you enjoyed my commentary, do check out the link in the description or the card on your screen for my second channel, where I only post this kind of content. If you don't, well, you'll be stuck listening to dry podcast clips on this channel, and I'd bet a kidney you won't enjoy that. Take care.